Meet PAT. PAT stands for Public Accountability Team.
Welcome to the PAT YouTube channel. PAT is an acronym for Public Accountability Team. I came up with the idea, blimey, it seems like a real long time ago now, because we've done so much work behind the scenes, if you like. We'll have a little look at the website in a second, Lance, yeah? But we've been working on something that's going to hopefully be delivered shortly in the coming very few months. That's all I can say on that at the moment. And I suppose it's an extension of the work that I've been doing with Mark, Peacekeepers, and to really elevate the I suppose it's just the one question I want answered, really.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about that maybe a little bit in this video, but we're certainly going to be talking about it for the rest of this year. That's for sure. But Lance has been absolutely brilliant. You've been helping me for months on this as well, and I think it's developed into something quite unique, to say the least.
Yeah, I think because it came out on the call the other night when I was wigged. It was it's very complementary to Peacekeepers, whereas Peacekeepers obviously got a very court focus. This is the parallel work that needs to be happening as well, which is going into accountability of our public servants and in an iterative way. So it's a developmental thing. How to do it properly, hopefully, and how to advance. Because the point here is you want to get those questions answered, as do a few people, but they're not easy questions for people who've never really considered them.
No.
So it's very much a hand-in-hand process. Not confrontational, more developmental. So
yeah, we don't want to, and this is the thing, we don't want to kick off any confrontational, any bad feeling, any anger, or any negativity whatsoever. This PAT's designed purely coming from a mindset position of what's the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for?
Ironically, it's dispute resolution.
Yeah, I suppose it is, isn't it? Yeah, dispute resolution, because we've got a dispute and we need it resolving.
Yeah, what is it? Article 13. There are grievances.
Brilliant.
Can we all move along as adults, please?
Yeah. Absolutely. Let me just have a quick share on this, and we'll have a little go through this. So this is the homepage. The link obviously will be in the description. So it took a while well, it didn't actually take that long to construct a website, because I had obviously a lot of information from Mark and the Peacekeepers courses, but it was just a case of how can I put this into a sequence of, when you land on the homepage, you go through the homepage and then you go to the next page, the next page, the next page, and the next page. But ultimately, what Pat wants is to hold open, honest, and transparent conversations with public office holders where only the truth is admitted. Now, it's how we're actually going to be facilitating that is where it's at, and it's about, like Lance said, accountability at the end of the day. And for me, it's always been, if you ask the right questions, you will get the right answers. But on the flip side to that, if you ask the wrong questions, you will certainly come back with the wrong answers. So it's a learning curve, I think, for people to come on board with this. There's a lot of information on here that is extremely relevant to I think where we need to go with local. I'm not going to call them authorities because they're not my authority. They're local councils.
Mhm.
But I'll just take that off now. But yeah, I like the way you describe Pat because I like the way you describe most things anyway, but or everything. But
Occasionally.
yeah, I'm a little bit more. Let's get in there. Let's get it sorted, and let's stop messing around.
Mhm.
That's I suppose one of my. Would you call it a strength or an attitude?
No, it is a strength because not many people can be quite so, direct. I know I'm not. I love going on a bit of a walk around the garden. Whereas you go straight in with your pruning shears. So
Yeah, I wouldn't call them pruning shears, but we'll talk about that later.
yeah. But
Yeah,
what would be nice, I suppose, actually, is if you can explain your ambition.
the ambition, the
Yeah,
ambition is to
for Pat.
resolve the what I believe is the ultimate answer to the ultimate question, which is where do they get the authority from, i.e., Parliament assembled,
Mhm.
and if you have got that authority to tell us what to do, you better come up and show us the goods because we can't find it.
Yeah, we've been looking.
We've been looking, we've been asking, we've been everywhere, and now it's time to sort it out. It's time to get this sorted out because we don't understand what the relationship is.
Mhm.
What's the bloody relationship? If we can't establish what the relationship is, we can't move forward with anything,
Yeah,
can we?
yeah,
Let's face it.
yeah. I mean, it's on both. It's both ways, isn't it? How's it meant to work, or at least how we at least believe it's meant to work,
Yeah,
as evidenced,
yeah,
and then bringing our councils along with us, because they've got, they're correctly constituted. They've got, as you go through the website, you'll see all of the principles that they all quite happily put their hands up to, which are all perfectly reasonable and good. It's just holding them to account. Now
yeah.
that really, when I was sort of saying about ambition, less so that overarching ambition for the question, but
Mm.
it's to have Pat in every council.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
was going.
more sort of, yeah, exactly. So I think it's the idea being is basically Pat is a network of people who understand exactly what it is that Pat's trying to achieve.
Mm.
Not us, but we're all a part of it.
Yeah,
Which is proper governance arrangements.
yeah.
However you want to look at it. And and um, and something that we can all subscribe to because we all understand it, which is the big thing that's missing here.
Yes.
Understanding, obviously we're out there pushing a particular understanding of it that we've developed over however many years, and it's about time that the other side understood it too, because you know they don't,
No,
uh,
they don't know.
and it's easy for them not to. So
Yeah, yeah,
Pat's on your shoulder, as it were, and so it's
yeah.
really up and down the country, putting Pat in place, as it were,
Yeah.
because it's clear from our experiences working with Colchester and various other places that um, the governance arrangements of councils aren't working effectively.
No, definitely not.
And without us there, they're never going to work effectively. So it's an ambitious project. I mean, there's a madness statement for a reason on the website. But I think we're going to have to, we need to be ambitious, because these things have got to get sorted out. But the only way they're going to get sorted out is with Pat being, everywhere from from Devon to the
The other
John.
end.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that in my mind, that's really it. And then yourself and that, and through experience, through evidencing us advancing forward, and
Mhm.
starting to get correct behaviour out of councils, and they do behave well, and we're elevating that. But equally, when we see bad behaviour, we're going to elevate that.
Absolutely.
And so we want that to be happening. You know, we don't want to terrify our councils. We just want them to behave themselves properly.
Yeah.
And so, and I don't think that's an unreasonable demand. You know, I mean, you know, the unreasonable demands seem to be coming the other way. So,
Yeah, exactly. Right. Okay. So I think if you want to have a look at the website, click the link in the description. We will be doing future videos. We'll be doing updates and things like this. We've been working with Colchester with the girls up at Colchester for about 4 or 5 months.
it's more than that now.
Is it a little bit more than that? It's not
Yeah,
too
yeah.
much longer than that. But what we've achieved, I think, certainly within the last month and a half,
Mhm.
which will become clear, hopefully very soon. And what we're going to the work that we've done in a very short period of time can be replicated in other council areas.
Mhm.
You know, we've got a really good strategy. It's not difficult. It just needs the correct mindset.
Mhm.
If we get the mindset correct in the first place, then hopefully, and we get the right people, then we can slot this in and we can kick this off, and then we can start going forward quite quickly. That's how I see it anyway.
Yeah, developing the right relationships all round.
Got to be done.
Yeah.
Got to be done. All right, mate. Lovely job. I think we'll leave it there. Nice little short video, and we will be back soon.
Meet PAT. PAT stands for Public Accountability Team.